Hello, I was on my way to the gym and I wanted to stop and share something with you. Cars coming. It's because I was having a moment the other day. It was all in my own head, but yeah, I just was realizing that your dreams and your fears are the key to the same door. However, I think that door can be a revolving door. It can spin you around and lead you back to the same place of where you're afraid to go through whatever it is you need to mow through in order to become more knowledgeable and more successful or aware of something that's not working or not happening, things that you may want to experience, if that's a goal, or simply change. But I was realizing I was giving myself a bit of a headache for something that was very simple, and I had to ask myself, what is not the solution, but what needs to be done in order for that not to be making me more frustrated in a situation. And I realized that it was actually just simply taking a step in the right direction, which means continuity, consistency, and showing up. Not thinking about it, not overthinking about it, because that's, I think sometimes the revolving door takes you back to that thing where you're constantly playing in your head scenarios of things that could go wrong or things that are not going to happen, or we want control over things that don't really necessarily have to do with control, but just experience. And that's sometimes, and I think it's as you get older, or from my experience, we tend to overthink simple things, and then that becomes the mountain, or Mount Everest, that we can't seem to climb because we have created a blockage or a boundary or issue with just simply moving forward. But we have to learn to understand that going forward in any case, and as I'm on my way to the gym now, I had different ideas of things I needed to do, but I'm like, I need to do this not because I want to go to the gym, but because it's a part of my routine that keeps me physically fit to be able to do this job. Maybe a lot of people are like, you do fitness all the time. I'm like, no, well, it's my survival technique. It keeps me together, and that's important. But it's so important, I think, to find your way to not verbalize the things also that you want to achieve. So I think that's the thing that kind of sort of kills us the most, is that we tell everyone, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to audition for this, and I'm going to produce this, and I'm going to let your work speak for itself. I know that's such a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow. Some people are doers, some people are judgers, some people will sit down and go, well, so and so, and you're like, no, it is what it is. And it's important for us, I think, to find a way to not be guided by the anxiety created by social media. My beef with social media is that it's always producing things that are polished and finished, and it's not necessarily the case. I grew up in an era that didn't have social media, so you simply had to show up and do your homework. So that's something that I think, if you have something today that you're thinking about that doesn't function, that you need to find a solution to, you simply have to go through it. There's no other way around it to finding the answer. That the answer meaning that you need to do something different, find another way of doing it, and there's always an A and B to something. It's an aha moment that might be the outcome, that may be, oh, that was not so necessary, or this is what I need to do in order to make things better for me in the future. Because I think that's the difficult thing to do, is not have an outcome where you have control over it. And control is not necessarily a good thing. It's just knowing that you can make adjustments for the future, and the future might hold the answer and it might not, but you have to be okay with just simply going through the coals in order to get to that side. So if you are struggling with something and it's in your power, then go through it, because only then will you be able to take yourself out of the hot seat, because I think it's a psychological pattern that we create that we need to get rid of. So I'm going to the gym, I'm taking care of my business, and do my homework, and then I can have some fun later. But it is what it is, and good luck with that. Go through the coals.